Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm Blake,
I'm Cody.
and we are BC Reviews. And for this video, we're going to be reviewing The Walking Dead Season 2, one of my personal favorite seasons. As of right now, Season 4 is actually my very favorite. Um, but we're not talking about that in this video, so you're not going to know anything about Season 4 unless you've watched it already. But Season 2 is definitely my second favorite season. Lots of episodes, lots of stuff happened, and we're going to discuss all of that in the following video. But I just want to lay down a few rules to the channel since we haven't really done that already. Um, Rule number one is please no trolling comments. I do not like trolling, and I'm sure Cody here doesn't like trolling either. We just don't want it on the video comments or even on our channel comments. If you troll or try to troll, I'll just delete your comment and then promptly ban you from our channel so you can't comment or view our videos ever again. And we also don't want any insult comments. The same fate of the trollers will meet you if you post an insult comment, whether towards us or any reply to one of our viewers. You know, we don't want that there. We really do not want that there. You do that, we're just going to remove it and ban you from the channel. So if we get younger viewers, we don't want swear words in where they can see them. We might swear in our videos, but if we swear excessively or review something inappropriate, then we're going to age restrict that video, so that won't be a problem for us, but it will be a problem for you because we'll ban you from our channel. So if you enjoy our videos, then don't, troll or insult anyone. And lastly, please respect our opinions. We know we're going to have different opinions than you. We never said our opinions were better, so don't go and say, oh, your opinions are so not better than ours. How dare you say that? We never said that in any of our videos. We're not going to say that in any of our videos. Our opinions are not better than yours. Your opinions, well, we don't really care about your opinions. I guess that's kind of mean to say, but, whatever your opinion is, it's your opinion. We don't care if it's your opinion or not. We have our own opinions for the show, and we're not going to change your opinions just because you think your opinion is better than ours for whatever reason. So please just respect our opinions. Don't post anything mean because we don't think the same as you. So, on to the review. Cody here is going to start us off, and hopefully he does a good job, because we don't want a crappy review on our channel, of course. But here is Cody, our hopefully good reviewer. Fingers crossed, everybody.
Okay, I don't know how to react to that.
Hmm.
Uh, anyways, season 2 of The Walking Dead. So much better than season 1, in my opinion, because more episodes, more walker killing, more intense, more everything you could say. And new characters in here, new deaths. Like I said, new season, everything was good. So we begin where we left off in season 1, where they die. And well, the guy in the excuse me, in the laboratory died, blew up the whole facility, and so they're on the road again, and you see that they get trapped on the freeway by these block cars, and so they all go out and they're stretching their legs because they're tired of probably sitting around because driving around and riding in vehicles. And here comes out of nowhere this herd of walkers, and so they panic. They start hiding in the RV and underneath the vehicles, and one of them does get caught, but gets away, runs away to the woods, and it's the little girl, Sophia. And Rick goes after her, does the right thing, saves her, and tells her to go back to try to follow the way back road to her mom, Carol. And he tries, lead off the other walkers to go get him, and he's going to take care of business. But he goes back, and sadly Sophia's not there, and everybody starts panicking, especially Carol, because that's her only daughter, and I'll be panicking too. So I mean, they do the right thing, and they go search for her. They lead up. They're in two different groups. They divide up in two different groups. Rick, Shane, and Carl are one little group, and the rest are one group. And you know what, Blake? Why don't you take it from here?
All right. So while Rick, Shane, and Carl are out looking for little Sophia, They find a deer, and Rick and Shane, they're just like, oh hey, deer. But I guess Carl had never seen a deer before since they lived in the city, so he starts walking up to it. So Rick and Shane, they just stand back and they let him, experience this for the first time. And then all of a sudden, and we don't know who it was, so we can't say exactly who did it, but or at this point anyway. Uh, you just he's walking up to it, and then you hear this pow, and then you see both the deer and Carl fall to the ground, and then the screen turns black. That's where the episode ends. And I was just kind of sitting there like, what just happened? Like, I had no idea what the hell had just happened. You just hear pow, and then the episode's over. You just see them fall to the ground, episode's over. And that I would say that was a very big surprise for me. So I didn't expect them to actually let any harm come to Carl in the series. I mean, what did you think, Cody?
I was like, I mean, mine, like you were too. Same reaction. I was about to go up to the TV and start shaking it. Saying, why? Why would you lead off? I mean, I bet my friends were even saying, calling me up and saying, we gotta go out there and riot. I mean, we're having a fit. They leave us off like this. How dare they? But that's not the case. Excuse me. Okay. They finally, Otis does, and that's the guy who shot him. Tells Rick and Shane to go up to the farm. There's this guy named Herschel. He has a family there. He's a veterinarian. He will save your son. So they take him up there. Herschel starts operating, and he learns that I believe with the gunshot, how deep it went in, that they're gonna have going farther. So they're gonna need more medical supplies, and that's when he sends out, Shane and Otis to go to this college or a high school, and there's some medical supplies there from the hospital, and they go out and they go get it. And he also sends out Maggie, his one daughter, on a horse to go find Lori and the other people and tell them where to find them. So he does that. They get the rest of the group up there to the farmhouse. Let's go back to Shannon Otis. And they're at the college, and they got trapped there. Otis gets out the window, and he's fine. Shane gets out, and he twists his ankle. So they get the supplies. They're hobbling along, and Shane turns to Otis and says, I'm sorry about this, man. And he shoots him in the leg and leaves him there to die, getting eaten by Walker. And right then and there, I was like, no. Really? Shane, no. I mean, what was your reaction about that?
I mean, I was surprised that Shane just turned and shot him and left him, but I kind of feel like it may have been because he was the guy that shot Carl, and maybe Shane, even though he knew it was an accident, he still hated this guy for it, and that's why he just left him there to die. But there was really no reason given for why Shane did it, but I just kind of feel like that might be the reason. I mean, do you agree with that, or do you think there might have been a different reason, or?
I think there was a different reason. He thought he was just going to sacrifice him right then and there, so he can get away scot free and save. Look at the big hero, And he gives this whole bullshit story about how Otis sacrificed himself to his family and stuff like that, and it's like really Shane. And Dale, the smart guy of the group, figures it out. So does Daryl, but Daryl doesn't admit it near the end. We'll get back to that. So, I mean, what do you think about that?
Now, when I realized that Shane lied when he got back, like I expected him to say, "Oh yeah, I just left him there. We weren't gonna get away if I didn't leave him there, so I had to leave him there." But then he came up with that bullshit excuse, and I was like, Shane, this wouldn't be quite as bad if you hadn't lied about it. If he had just told the truth instead of concocted this lie where Otis sacrificed himself so that Shane could get away with the supplies, I was just like, Shane, I wouldn't hate you as much right now if you hadn't just lied right there. I mean, do you agree with that, Cody? Or
Well, there also there's May because he full blood shot him and left him.
yeah,
So he came, so like we say, he came up with these stupid things and said like, "Oh, Otis sacrificed myself." You know? So Dale figures it out and he tries to convince Lori that he is a murderer. He's no good. He's a hothead. We don't trust him. And none of that. So Lori's kind of convinced about it and about the whole situation and everything. So also we find out that Herschel has a barn full of walkers. And I mean, what do you think about that? Him keeping the walkers.
um, I thought it was kind of weird, but he did have a reason. He thought by going out and taking these walkers that he finds in the woods and putting them in a barn, he thought by doing that he could keep them safe until a cure comes out to heal them and make them better. Because he thought, hey, these people are just sick. They can get better with a cure. There's going to be a cure, and so he would put them in that barn so that they wouldn't do anything to anyone. But Shane finds out, and Shane is not happy about that at all. So he gets Daryl and Glenn, I believe, and they both go to the barn and they shoot the door open, and the walkers just come pouring out, and they just bam, 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 shoot them all down one by one. As they're coming out, they're laying into them with bullets and killing them. And the whole time, Rick is shouting at Shane, no more, no more, stop this now. But he's not stopping. And then eventually they finish, and as Shane starts to turn around, he notices a little girl zombie walking out of the barn. And he kind of turns back to see to get his gun up to shoot it, and they realize it's little Sophia. They've been, sorry, they've been searching for her all this time, when lo and behold, she was in this man's barn the whole time as a walker. And that surprised me. I did not expect them to actually kill her off. I expected them to, find her in the woods somewhere, and she just got lost in the woods on the way back to the highway somehow. But they just killed her off, and that absolutely surprised me. I mean, what did you think, Cody?
That was a big, big shocker. Completely, I was like, girl, oh, like, holy Christ, she was in there the whole time. And it was just, it was devastating. You see that Carol, that's her only daughter, and I don't blame her. She's freaking out and she's crying. And Carl's crying too. So, I mean, that was just a hard situation for some viewers to watch that. I mean, I was like, holy cow. Then, like I said, after Rick killed Sophia, because he was the only one that took it, that had he was the only one that did it. Later in the series, Herschel goes on like a drinking binge down at a bar, so it's up to Glenn and Rick to go find him and talk him out of it. And lo and behold, you find more people. And these two guys bust in, and they start talking kind of like repeated. It's not going to go that way. And I believe one guy's name was Dave, and he was mainly the one that did the talking. He was this kind of guy, and he kept finding out, like, Rick, like, oh, what do you got? I mean, you got a farm? You got a farm? And they admit it, and they say it, and they try to convince, Rick or whatever to go let us all, and even his people go in the barn. They can't do that. They're not going to do that, so the one guy realizes it, and he has to fit, and he pulls out a gun on Rick, and Rick shoots him and kills him. And also you find out that guy had backup with him, like he said, and they try to open the door, and it becomes a shootout. And one of the guys that was on the roof, they were like, okay, we're getting out of here. We gotta go. And he jumps off and hits the fence, and his leg gets caught. I mean, they went up there, Herschel, Glenn, and Rick go up there, and they try to save him. And they do save him. I mean, they take him back to the farm.
Yeah,
but they have blindfolded.
Of course, you didn't really explain how his predicament was, because when he hit the fence, he came down on top of the fence, and it's one of those fences that's got the point, so it went through his leg, so he was skewered on the fence. And Herschel's
Yeah,
like, we're not going to be able to get him off this fence unless I can surgically remove his leg, and I don't have the tools for that right now. We're going to have to leave him here. And all the walkers are coming, and they're like, Rick, we got to go. We got to go. We can't save him right now. And you see Rick just kind of look around, and he grabs the guy's leg and goes, and just pulls his leg right off that fence post.
yeah. I apologize for that. Not
Yeah.
funny. So, anyways, yeah, they take him back to the farm and they have him blindfolded, everything, so he wouldn't see. And I believe he was already passed out. And of
Yeah.
course, Shane has a fit. I mean, I kind of don't blame him because that's a stranger and you try to kill them. And Lori, I believe, has a fit as well. So they're like they can't just kill him. I mean, they decided that later in the episode to kill him. But anyways, we'll get to that later. Rick and Shane blindfold him again, and tie him up, and put him in the car, and they're gonna send him go all the way like 15 miles or something like that, and drop him off and leave him there. So once they leave him there, he's panicking, and the guy's named Randall. He's panicking, and he's like, he knows who Herschel and Maggie are. He yells out their names, so it's like too late. Like they're trying to think of a plan real quick while Shane tries to kill him. And Rick is trying to push them down and convince them. And he's like, "No, no, you cannot do that." And Shane gets mad and starts popping off to him and saying, "You know what? I don't think you can take care of your wife and child. That I did a better job or something like that." And that's when Rick and Shane get into a fist fight. And that fist fight was pretty awesome. I mean, what do you think?
Um. I mean, their fist fights are, it's kind of just like well, I was gonna say it's kind of like a normal fight, but they're not like normal fights because Shane hits, or not hits, but he throws one of the big wrenches at him, and then I believe Rick uh starts he like charges him, starts beating on him, and then he pulls his gun. Rick pulls his gun and points it at him, if I remember correctly, and then decides not to, or something like that. And then all these zombies started coming, so Shane hopped into a bus, and closed the door to it, so that the zombies couldn't get him. And then Rick got Randall, and they started to leave. But Rick, for whatever reason, decides to save Shane, so he goes back and saves Shane. And personally, I don't think Rick should have saved Shane. I think he should have just left him there, because at that point, you know that he's not loyal to Rick anymore. He's not Rick's friend anymore. I mean, what did you think?
Well, I'm gonna have to kind of correct you on the one thing because Shane grabbed this wrench because Shane was losing the fight, and he threw it into the window, and it busted open, and all these walkers came out and chased him into the bus, pretty much. So, yeah. Now back to that. To your question, my opinion, he shouldn't have saved him, but he did. He thought Shane could be controllable. Well, at that point, he was controllable, and you know, Rick lays down Rick lays down the law to him and says, that's my wife, that's my child. You did your thing. I'm back, and I don't want you in. I don't want you, saying all that stuff again. I'm in charge. Get it through your head. They go back, and Shane, in my opinion, was going to be loyal and respect the rules, stuff like that, until, like, I think you know who it is. I am really disgusted that she did this. Lori. Lori goes up there and talks to him and gets him he's all nice and says, "Oh, I didn't get to say I'm sorry for, and thanking you for saving us, keeping us safe, and, trying to save Rick. I apologize for calling you an asshole," and stuff like that. Like, it's this whole stuff and going, and, ugh. What do you think about that? And what did you think about that situation?
I was
Right there.
absolutely disgusted with Lori, because this guy just tried to kill your husband, and you're like, "Oh, thank you for saving my husband," even though you just tried to kill him. But I don't care about that, because I'm a stupid bitch. I mean, okay.
I mean, really, yeah.
Well, I mean, I, you know, I just no words really, no words.
Yeah, it was just Lori is our least favorite character. In fact, she's most hated between both of us. So, anyways, moving on. Um, they decided not to kill Randall at all because they took a vote. And also, Carl was being rebellious at that time, and he took one of Daryl's guns, stole it pretty much, went to the mud and was gonna shoot this walker, but the walker, kind of got loose and scared him, and Carl ran him off. And later that day, Dale was walking around the farm, and the walker at that mud area got loose and killed Dale. And that was a pretty unexpected, emotional scene as well for everybody there. I mean, like, what was your reaction to that when Dale got it?
Um, I was actually pretty surprised because it was so soon after they just killed off another character, and here they are killing off another kind of important character. He's kind of the person that kept everyone from going crazy and just killing everybody. Pretty much, he was the voice of reason. It was what Dale was in this series, and to just kill him off like that was kind of a mistake in my opinion. They should have kept him on because he's literally the voice of reason for this group. And he died, and then everything kind of went downhill from there a little bit. And Carl, of course, did blame himself because it was the same walker that Carl had accidentally freed from that mud that killed Dale. But of course, the saddest part was Daryl. Rick had the gun pointed at Dale, and Daryl grabs the gun and he's pointing it at Dale, and you kind of tell Dale, he was just kind of did a small movement like that, and he was like, "I'm sorry, partner." And that was kind of sad for me because for Daryl, Dale was kind of a father figure for him. Is what I believe. I mean, do you agree with that, Cody?
No, I just say, in my opinion, I think he was a really close friend. He just thought, because he saw that Rick couldn't do it, and so Daryl took over and decided to. And he tells Rick later that you don't have to do all the hard work. We can do it too. We're all a group. We're all a team. I thought that was pretty awesome. Daryl is, you see him from season one, he's kind of wild, but you see that he's hammer and he's cool. He's cool, pretty much. So, anyways, moving on. Shane is watching Randall, the prisoners that they have, and he uncuffs them and pretends that he's gonna, be a good guy, let him go, and take him to his group, Randall's group, pretty much. That's not the case. Shane kills Randall, snaps his neck, and Shane, rams his head into a tree and busts his nose and scratches up his face and hides his gun. And he runs up to the group and says, Rick, everybody else, he snuck off. He took my gun as well. He's out there. He's gonna kill us. He's gonna bring back his group. So Daryl, Glenn, Shane, and Rick, go off and try to find him. Glenn and Daryl find the guy, and he's already turned to Walker. And Daryl's looking on the body, and he says, "If you notice right here, his neck is broken." And and Daryl also says, "There's no scratches, there's no bites on him. He just all of a sudden turned." And also later, you see when Rick and Shane, they're almost headed back to the barn. Rick knows automatically and says, "So this is where you're gonna kill me right here, after all we've been through and stuff like that." Shane thinks he's gonna take over and be the new husband for Lori, because Lori got him encouraged to go back, pretty much. And so he went. Shane's gonna kill him right then and there, but Rick gets the upper hand and stabs him. And Rick's upset because that's his friend. Didn't want to do it. and Rick went to go hit that. Here comes Carl, and he pulls a gun out on Rick. I mean, and he shoots. I mean, that's not. He pulls the gun out, and you think he's gonna shoot his dad, but no, he shoots Zombie Shane. I mean, what did you think about that? I mean, Shane all of a sudden turning, and Carl Deadeye.
Um, I mean, when Carl pulled his gun, at first I thought he was going to kill Rick for killing Shane. But then I noticed that Shane had turned, and I'm like, all right, well, he's probably going to shoot Shane then. And sure enough, he did. And that was actually a very impressive shot for a little 10-year-old boy who had just learned how to use a gun, basically. I don't think I could have even made a shot that good, to be honest.
No, I mean, Rick racing good. And, excuse me. So, anyways, you see also later in the next episode, walkers hear that shot, and for miles and miles, they come at the barn, and the barn got overrun, and more deaths happened. Herschel's son got eaten alive, which I thought, and also Herschel's wife got some. She got eaten. But anyways, back to what I was saying about cool. I thought it was awful when Rick and Carl escaped from the barn and burned it down. I thought that was pretty cool. And you see that the people, separate and go their own path because they had to get out of there. They had to really get the hell out of there. And I thought it was pretty cool and pretty awesome. With Herschel Deadeye as well with a shotgun, and he's trying to protect that farm. He's going to die there, with his boots on at that farm.
Yeah, I mean, basically what happened was he was shooting all the zombies, and Maggie and Beth are saying, "Dad, we gotta go. We gotta go now. If we don't leave now, we're gonna die." And he was like, "I'm not leaving this farm. I was born here, and I'm going to die here."
Yeah, I thought that was pretty brave, and in my opinion, I thought that was pretty brave.
Yeah, I really started respecting him when he said that.
Yeah, Herschel started to become more awesome. Later in the episode.
Yeah.
So they get separated, and lo and behold, luckily they all come back together, and that's a good moment until Daryl says, to Glenn that they saw Randall and he wasn't bitten, and excuse me, he wasn't bitten. He had his neck snapped, and so they're all like, "What in the world? What in the world?" They had the big question mark, over their heads. So Rick comes out and says that we're all infected, and that's because the guy at the doctor there at that facility says, you're all infected. And what was your opinion about that situation? I mean, what do you think?
I thought, because that was, like Cody said, a reference to the first season with the guy at the science facility. He said, "You're all infected. You die and you turn." Of course, if you shoot through the head, then that person's not going to turn. But if you just shoot them in the body or something and they die from those wounds, then they're going to turn. And I still can't quite understand why he would just come out and say that. Like, was he trying to scare them into obeying him or what? But I mean, they start talking then. They start talking about how they don't want him to be the leader of the group anymore, and I guess that made him kind of mad because he replies with, "I killed my best friend for you people, for God's sake," and I guess that's not what they wanted to hear, and Lori was kind of just like, kind of along the lines of like, "Oh, I'm disgusted with you. I can't even look at you right now," and I'm just sitting there like, "Bitch, you wanted Shane dead." I mean,
Exactly.
what were you like, Cody?
Exactly. I mean, I want to run up to that TV and want to kick it and be like, "What? Really? Really? You wanted him dead? I mean, you hated him. I mean, you're the one who got him to try to kill Rick. I mean, you weren't saying that Shane kill him, but I mean, you got his hopes up, pretty much, and did that. So it's all your fault, Lori. I hate you. Rotten hell."
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
Pretty much. Excuse our language, by the way.
Yes, please excuse the language for this review. So, anyways, also I forgot to say that Andrea was the missing one, and she almost got eaten. She's running for miles as well. She went to go reload, and she falls and trips, and she almost got eaten until this mysterious character in the hood had a chain of walkers, saves her. And we're wondering, like, who in the world is this? Who in the world is this character? And she looks
Yeah.
awesome. Is it he or is she?
Yeah,
We don't know
exactly.
it.
And I really liked the way they kind of introduced this character. It's right at the end of the episode. There's this walker on top of Andrea, and you just see this blade go right through the middle, like right in between the eyes, right there at the bridge of the nose, just. And then it pulls it out and falls, and you see this hooded figure with these two walkers on chains. And Cody didn't mention this, but the walkers are missing their lower jaw. It looked like it had been cut off, so that the person could just keep them as pets, basically. And I was just kind of like, why is this person keeping walkers on a chain? There has to be a specific reason for this. This person can't just be like, oh, yep, keeping walkers on a chain. I want to keep
That's
them
the
as
new
pets.
fad.
I just couldn't quite wrap my head around that. I mean, what was going through your head? What did you think when you saw this mysterious hooded figure?
I thought I was like, who in the world is this samurai character? And like, why is she carrying them like pets? Basically, as used to. But we learn later why she has them, and it's pretty awesome seeing that character. And also, when Rick is done talking to him at the end of this season, sadly, and at the end of that episode, we see the prison. It zooms out, and we see the prison, and we're all excited to see it because you read the comic books. You know what that is. I mean, you know who this character is as well, and you know what the prison is. So, I mean, what your opinion on the prison, seeing that prison?
Seeing that person, I had high hopes for their survival through season
Yeah,
3. I mean, I was like, this prison's perfect because it's double fenced. It's fence, walkway, or no, it's like triple fenced. I think it's fence, walkway, fence, yard, fence, and then there's the actual prison. So they have plenty of protection from the walkers. And I thought, this is perfect for them to survive in the zombie apocalypse at. And I was excited because I thought, they're going to survive here, and this is going to be great. I mean, what did you kind of think? What were you thinking?
high hopes, but irritated though at the end of the season because I wanted to see them go to the prison. I want to see who in the world was this hooded samurai character carrying those walkers as pets. And you know, I was just irritated with the season, but I had high hopes that they were gonna find that prison. And
Yeah, exactly. Um, well, that's the end of this review. We hope you guys enjoyed this review. We always work hard to make them and make sure they are good quality reviews. Um, remember to comment on this. Remember to like it and show it to all your friends and hit that sub button. Just, move your mouse over it and click, and you'll be subscribed to our channel, so you'll be updated every time we upload a video. And if you like the video, obviously, but if you like us and you want us to review something, leave it in the comment section, and we'll check it out. We'll discuss the topic, see if we both have enough knowledge for it, or we'll do some research on the topic, kind of figure some stuff out about it, and
right,
talk about it. If it's a TV show, we'll watch the TV show and then post a video of it. Game, we'll play the game. Anything. Anything at all. Even if it's like a food item. You can tell us a food item and we'll review it. We're that awesome. We will review whatever you want us to review, and hopefully you'll like it. Is there anything you'd like to say before we finish the video?
like I said, it's like the it's our name, BC Reviews, and we will review just about anything, and we will try to do our best to get the review and everything as well, get information. But hopefully you will like this video and come back for Comic Tuesday. I guess we haven't really selected what character we want to review or what comic, but come back and we will talk about the comic character or whatever.
Yeah,
So
I think for the next Comic Tuesday, we're gonna focus just on the comic instead of like with our first one, we talked about like the movies and games and stuff, and then we're gonna focus just on the comic and talk about the comics and what we thought of that. But if you guys have a hero you want us to review, or a specific comic book you want us to review for Comic Tuesday, then we will definitely do that. Just put it in the comment section below. We'll do our best to get a hold of that particular issue of the comic book. If it's like a rare issue or something, like a first edition, it's probably not going to happen for next Comic Tuesday, but we'll do our best to get it for a later Comic Tuesday. Because if you are a true comic book fan, you know how hard it is to get rare editions and like first editions of these comics. So you'll just have to work with us and bear with us while we try and get these videos out, because we do try our best. And we hope you guys enjoyed this video. We worked super hard to make it, and I guess that's all I've got to say. Any last words, Cody?
We try to make our viewers happy, so that's why we are willing to do all these things for the viewers, because we love our viewers. We try to make them happy. And
yeah,
that's all I got to say.
Yeah, Cody said it right here. We just want to make you guys happy and bring entertainment to you. We will see you guys next video.
I believe a little memorial, and they for what the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Get it together.
Like what were you thinking when it just ended right there?
Oh, what? Sorry.